You're watching Geek Entertainment Television. I'm Violet Blue. We're at the Cal Theater in San Francisco, California. We just saw a talk by Mayor Gavin Newsom called Cities in Time. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Can you really quickly give me a recap of your talk in 140 characters or less?
The Twitterification of the world.
Exactly.
No, we talked about the mass urbanization that's happening around the world, the fact that the majority of the Earth's population now is living in cities and consuming 75%. Already, cities are consuming 75% of the Earth's natural resources and polluting an equivalent amount of the Earth's atmosphere. And so it's really cities that will be on the forefront of environmental stewardship and sustainability. And I wanted to communicate not only that fact and that framework, but what we're doing in the city and county of San Francisco to try to lead the way in terms of our green building strategies, in terms of trying to electrify our vehicle fleet, in terms of trying to deal with waste and recycling strategies and the like. And so that was really the purpose of the talk tonight.
Fantastic. And you also mentioned something about a wave generator. Can you talk about that and the technology behind it for a second?
You know, you've got your traditional technologies. We're used to wind and solar, and we're trying to do more and better there. But the new technologies that are really, candidly, not that new, but are new in terms of public consciousness, wave generation and tidal generation. The idea of putting an inverted wind farm but underwater, or rather taking a wind farm and putting it underwater and harnessing Mother Nature's energy and that tidal flow. So imagine the Golden Gate Bridge at the bay, and at the mouth of the bay on the northern end, where there's a little underwater ridge. You have a lot of pressure going to that underwater ridge, and having that generation, that energy that goes in and out of the bay 24/7, have that harness, completely green and renewable. Then imagine 5 miles off the coast of Ocean Beach, a wave platform that would take advantage of wave energy generation. Again, a constant generation, again, green, renewable. The wave, we believe we could do a demonstration project up to 30 megawatts. We think it has a capacity for 100 megawatts. The tidal, a little bit more modest. It turns out the tidal I was more excited about, but I should have been less enthusiastic about it in comparison to the wave, because the wave studies have come back a little bit more favorably. So these are the ideas. And this is what we need to be doing, not talking about more offshore oil drilling, not talking about drill, baby, drill, and even the natural gas arguments. I mean, let's talk about renewable, green energy sources by taking what Mother Nature has been providing us for millennia and making it real.
Great. And what's the timeline on that project?
We just got the application in February, end of February, on the wave, and the title, we're in our, I think, 18th version or incarnation of a study. It's never-ending studies. But both I hope to have, before they kick me out of office, have demonstration projects in. But we're going to be the first. There's no doubt about that. There's smaller strategies and tidal around the rest of the world, none that are scaled the scale we want to bring it. And certainly the wave generation would be the first in the West Coast of the United States.
That's fantastic. My last question for you is, you have become a pretty preeminent social media user as far as politicians go. You've got your Twitter account, you've got a bunch of other things going on. What I'm curious is how you see the role of technology in enhancing what politicians do and connecting them more to their constituents.
Well, it already has done it. I mean, candidly, I'm spending too much time on Twitter now.
Awesome.
But it's become very valuable. I mean, people that can't stand me use it now all the time, which is becoming a little disconcerting. But people that want to offer honest criticism or counsel and advice, it's very meaningful. Even people who disagree with me could say, hey, help me clean up my streets down on Slope Boulevard. I mean, those are the things that are very effective that usually get filtered by a bunch of staff and are aggregated in the sort of traditional email box that is 700 deep every single day, and there's no way to get back to everybody, and I feel terrible. Now I have a mechanism where people can communicate more directly, or even more powerfully from my perspective. I can offer or proffer an idea and then get immediate feedback, or show up on your show and someone can Twitter and say, boy, that's a terrible tie, he's talking too fast, too slow, what's wrong with, you know.
They probably are.
They probably are, and then you also have that feedback, which is in real time. So it's a very valuable tool, and we're trying to now look at how we can use these social networks. I mean, I did my State of the City for the first time without an audience, did it on YouTube, and I did 12 speeches, and they were categorized in 20 or 30-minute bites. So if you cared about transportation, you had 20 or 30 minutes on that. Cared about children's issues, education, et cetera, and you could just pick and choose. Now, that's much better than the old 40 minutes, we're proud people will be, the usual rhetoric. And it's difficult. I mean, it wasn't good production value. We'll make it better next time. And it was a little long-winded. But at least we're trying new things, and the Facebook stuff and the work. And I just think this is the absolute future. It's the present, not just the future. Yeah. And it's important. And it does democratize information, so it's not filtered by an editor of a newspaper.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Mayor Newsom.
Thanks for having me.